Friends family, good night everyone. Welcome to another Sports Friends podcast. I'm your host, Levon. With me tonight I have Devin, and I'm not talking about the doctor. I have Chris, the man who calls himself the sports guy, and I have the man that I call the bad slave, run away from Africa, gone over to Spain. Chris Lynch. So two Chris on the show tonight, not the wicked man. And we also have Kims, the man who says that he knows everything. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing? Starting with Devin, how has the day gone so far?
Yeah, man, it's good, man. Good. Real Madrid win 5 love, so can't complain. I'm about to score two. Can't complain.
I understand, but weekend wasn't good for you because I saw you in the comment section crying about Steelers, Steelers, Steelers.
Oh, oh gosh.
Now, Chris, and I'm talking about sports guy. How's thing going for you?
Things have been going good. The news, the sports news have been rocking in my job already. Me have to make sure them on point. So today has been a quite busy one, but alright, same way.
I'm talking about the man from down by Spain, Mr.
Yeah,
Lynch.
man.
How
One
was your day?
Spaniard, man. Good day so far. There was a lot of football to watch. So we live for football. So it was a good day.
Most definitely. And the man that knows it all. And I don't know how he's feeling because his ladies know out of MVP camp, so probably more money is in his pocket and he's also winning some money. So how you feeling, sir?
Um, Kind of disappointed with Elaine. Not because she leave, but the way it was handled, of course. But
Tell too much lying, eh?
we talk about too much lie, man. Shouldn't tell too much lie when everybody know the truth. But we talk about that. But I'm excited about basketball in a couple minutes.
All right,
You
we're
know,
going to save that. We are going to save that for down the road.
all
All
right.
right, welcome to the chat, Demo, Frano. I also see Jeremy and Watson. Welcome, man. Big up on yourself.
Jeremy and Watson.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, guys, there were a lot of action in the Champions League today. If memory serves me correct, I believe there were 35 goals across 8 games, and boy, it was a sight to. I loved it. I can't say it any better. I just love what I saw today. I started off with Man City against Bruges. Kim said it. Kim said it last night that Man City is going to whop up Bruges. And so said, so done. They whop them up, and um, Mahrez getting on the score sheet twice, and a lot of City fans weren't pleased seeing Mahrez in the starting 11 because a lot of them say that Jesus has done more for the team than Mahrez. Also, Walker got on the score sheet. We also saw, well, Cancelo. That man is a beast, man. Left side, right side, beast. And also the youngster came on, that's Cole Palmer, and got his goal through an assist from Ryan Sterling. Okay, so, what do you have to say about this one?
um, nothing more really to say about it. As I said, I'm just read the comment, but nothing much to say about the game itself. It went exactly how I expected. I knew that Man City would have conceded at least a goal, and but I knew that they would have lost the game. As I told you guys before, when Club Brugge got the 6-0, they came back and they turned into they start show some pride and them hold PSG to a draw and them them have one with themselves, but time to bring them back down to earth now. Club Brugge is always Club Brugge, and so Man City does. Man City have the better players, have the better coach, play the better football. That's outclass the team today.
I agree. I agree. Anything else? How many of you guys? You have anything to say about the game? All right. No. Okay. Let's
No
move on.
surprise.
We saw Sporting also demolishing Besiktas easily, and Besiktas is on a downward trend. I mean, they started off the season good, but I believe they're on what now, a 5 match losing streak, and they just can't seem to do any better. Um, wasn't a surprise again. A couple of our guests actually predicted Sporting would have won this game, and they won it fair and square and easily. And a former Liverpool boy shone for them, Sebastian Coates. Chris, and that's Lynch. What you have to say about that?
It was a dominant performance from Sporting. Like I say, most of us, if Sporting always try to get to the last 16 of these competitions, and if they really wanted to get there, then this was a game they basically have to win. So, like I say, it was a good showing from Sebastian Cortez, two header.
One the penalty.
Basically, yeah, basically seal it up, and Paulino basically seal it in the last. So, was a good day for Sporting.
I agree. All right. Next up, we saw PSG taking on RB Leipzig, and I hope that Chris is here to give me some in-depth analysis. Well, I don't expect any much different because when Chris ready to talk, Chris just talk. Now, one Lionel Messi got 2 goals. Kems is a happy chap. Also, Kylian Mbappe got on the score sheet. Angelino was excellent for Leipzig, but as expected, Leipzig is going to score, but they're also going to concede. And they lost this game 3-2. Chris, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, it has always been the case for Leipzig, ever since they came up in the league, that they would score goals, but they will also concede, and that a lot of times is the reason why they have not won a trophy in terms of the big guns, the Bundesliga, and even going far in the Champions League. But you know, PSG had a foot up on these chaps, and they allowed Leipzig to come back into the game, and they were leading 2-1 at one point, and then it was just Lionel Messi scoring that double to seal the win for the Parisians. So I think that of course you would have to you'd have to look at who is it that really is the winner here. Is it PSG or is it Leipzig? I think that most persons, sorry for the barking in the background, because it's some of the community pits. But anyways, I think that PSG should not have allowed Leipzig to get back into the game. I think that they did, and the fact that they were leading 2-1 and they had to have that Messi double, that Messi magic to come back and win 3-2, kind of gives me a little bit of worry for them in this competition. So I think that overall PSG happy with the 3 points for them, but I mean, come on, Leipzig dug deep to get those 2 goals, but it was just the man from Argentina just turned it up and scored two to seal those 3 points. So Leipzig gave some little blueprints to what they can do in maybe putting PSG in trouble, but um, you know, we have to talk about how he has come in. He started slow. Messi got his first goal was actually in the Champions League, and now has gotten his first brace for PSG in the Champions League. So it took Messi magic for them to be bailed out. It was kind of the story for Barcelona, and it's now the story today against Leipzig.
Okay. Devin, I'm
Mm.
sure that you're rearing to go, but before you go, I have to bring up this comment from Aldan. So here's Aldan saying that Red Bull plays well and deserve to win. Navas had a great game and they gave away too much soft goals. I'm sure that most of us will probably agree with that. But let's look at it now, Devin. Your boy, Vinny.
Hold on. Before you touch upon that Real Madrid team, right?
Uh-huh.
So, something has to be said. I don't know if Messi is going. I don't know if they have a new award for the Ballon d'Or, the kindness award. When I understand what Messi I do, I give Mbappe the penalty there and thing. Mbappe can't kick penalty, brother. I believe. I don't know if he might try to be modest or it's not my team. But I've seen him done it even in Barcelona as well. So I don't know if there's some kindness award going around
It's a
that
build
Messi.
relationship
No
games.
man. Alright, Kems. What I should remember, and I remember which competition was it again that Mbappe missed a penalty and he was basically crucified. And that was the exact reason why Benzema gave him the penalty the other day to take as well, because Benzema was saying that after what happened to him initially in that phase when a lot of fans chastised him, it just helped the guy in that moment to actually build up confidence again to know that,
But
hey, we're here.
but he scored a penalty for PSG in the 2-1 win. He scored a penalty in the PSG 2-1 winning at the league.
Yeah,
So
I
what
know,
I'm
man.
saying, so Messi is on 2 goals. Mbappe already scored 5 goal. Mbappe can't kick penalty and Messi is on a roll. Why would Messi but just try to understand the rationale of why I'm pass on the penalty? Because if I want to build a man confidence, I'd prefer Messi giving the penalty for go up 3-2. Give him the penalty then. You know, like we just there try to understand
You cannot give him that one, Kems.
why
That
is
is
No,
where
that?
you go
you cannot
wrong. You
that.
can't say that, Kems. How can you
No,
give somebody who cannot kick penalties the game winning penalty
but if I'm going
at the
if
time?
no, but if I'm going by Levan's logic, then this is
I'm just saying.
if I want to build a man confidence, this is a penalty I'm going to give him. We
No,
want the
no,
lead.
Kems, you build
It's
a man's confidence, giving him a penalty when the game is not on the line.
So I'm
You
going
don't
and
give
get
him the
used to it.
penalty
Right.
when the game is on the line to win it. Suppose him they dash it way again. That would make
Sink
it
it
even
that
worse.
further.
would make him
Oh,
never go near one more.
Him
all
not,
right.
him not gonna touch a penalty kick again. So
True.
when the game is not that pressuring, then you'd give him the penalty. But if you need a penalty to go 3-1 up, to go to draw 2-2 in that game, you're not gonna give them man the penalty.
No,
If you dash it with
okay,
confidence, I gonna get dash right too.
okay. But what I'm saying is, right, he scored a penalty in the dying moments in the league. Right? He scored a penalty in the dying moments in the league. So that shows say him can kick under pressure. But as I said, I'm just going by Levan's logic to say, Messi is on a hat trick, right? First hat trick for PSG. Why we need to build Mbappe confidence now when he already just took a penalty in the league the other day? That's what I try to understand. So I wonder if Messi will go for some kindness award. Is there some new award out there for kindness? That's all
That's
I
just
try
how
to
you build.
understand.
Like I
Him
don't take the Levan.
apologize for
If you
footstep,
watch
man.
if you watch Messi career over the time, he's all about building relationship and make sure everyone feel like it's not really about him. Even when the crowd come and behave like it's about him, he tries to make sure everyone don't feel left out. So I think it's just that. It's not. I don't think Messi probably will want to take the penalty there because it's a hat-trick penalty. But I think he thinks the relationship going forward is more important.
Chris
All right.
Lidge, Mbappe.
Let us be fair now. Kems, thinking about it, right? Messi should have taken that penalty.
Of
Why?
course.
Mbappe scored in the previous game. He also scored in this game. He already scored. He already
Exactly.
scored. So why
If
not? Why not just take the penalty and score your
and
first
if
hat trick
I
in the
am
club?
all right, even if Messi give me the penalty, I am Mbappe. I'm like, no, you take it. You
You
take
take
it.
him.
You're
And
the
remember,
penalty.
say you. All right, Kems. Remember, Messi has been placed under the microscope since he has been to PSG. So now is the time to say, yo, see me score a trick. They want to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, man.
Champions League stage.
Exactly.
Talk to me now. And
That's what. That's
Me
what.
and Messi, if me and Messi, me not give Mbappe that penalty they fit take, bro.
Man, you are man.
Me not do that.
Steven, you have anything to say about that?
You're on mute, my
Muted.
boss.
Yeah, man, supposed to take the penalty, man. Shut up the critics. Simple as that.
Say
Simple as
no
that.
more, boss. All right. Devin, it's now your time. It's now your show. A five-piece performance from you guys and your boy Vinny Jr. As you said before, he just seems a player rebirth, looks a far way superior player. Rodrigo is also coming into his own. And I'm sure you as a Real Madrid fan is probably happy that Benzema assisted one or two of the goals, but he never scored and you still ended up scoring 5 goals. So you must be happy as a Real Madrid fan.
But Benzema got one in the end, you know.
What, the fifth goal?
You don't count that.
Yeah, I actually stopped watching after it reached 4.
Yeah, he got the fifth goal. So, like I said, Vinny Jr. is on a farm, and then now I'm just happy when he scores. That's my favorite player. And now we just want to show the rest of the teams in the group that we're the better team by far, and this is just a warning to that what team that beat us.
That shot you, Sheriff
Sheriff,
shot. Yeah,
Sheriff.
that team that shot you.
It's just a warning for them that next time we see them, it's gonna be problem. It's gonna be a problem because right now we're tied at the top of them, and then they are ahead because of the tiebreaker that they beat us. So when we catch them again, we're just warming up for them. Problems we're gonna give them. And yeah, you mentioned something that I'm really happy with. that Rodrigo, he used to be a good player for us coming off the bench. He's getting to some form now. So I'm happy for that more than anything else because we could always depend on him, especially in Champions League, because he does better in Champions League than in the domestic league. I don't know why, but he does better for us in the Champions League than the domestic league. So I'm happy that he's coming into some form.
All
So
right, and here's Demo saying that right-footed Pepe looking decent now, and he's making reference to Vinicius Junior. But Devin, as a Madrid fan, right?
yeah,
You have heard all the names that have been linked to the club. Now, if it was left up to you to choose between these two players to complete your front line, because I believe most Real Madrid fans probably want to see Vinicius Junior along with Rodrigo. So, which of these two guys you think would be the perfect fit for your club? Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland?
I prefer Mbappe. I prefer Mbappe. While Erland is like a goal machine, I think Mbappe can assist more in creating chances for other players too. I see that more from him. Erland, Alan, he'll score the goal, he'll get to the goals, but in terms of making others better, I think Mbappe is better for that. He can set up players more, and he's good on the wing, and he can score just as good as may not be
So,
as good as Alan, but he will get more players involved as opposed.
hey, Devin, hold on. Let me ask you a question while you're doing your little talking, right?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Who Mbappe make better?
We make better.
It's
The
the
players
it's
around him
the players better, so.
him assist more. I see it creates more chances then. Probably making other players better, maybe a bit push it, but it creates more opportunities opposed to Holland to me.
All right, I'm gonna go around the table, because it's kind of interesting topic at hand, So, Chris, and I'm talking about sports guy this time. Which of these two you think would be the better fit for Real Madrid, knowing that they possibly just want to play Rodrigo on one side and Vinicius from the other?
Well, I'm actually going to go with Erling Haaland. You need a goal machine. If you're gonna have Rodrigo and Vinny on form, I mean, you see that Vinny can assist. He got 2 goals and an assist today. Rodrigo can do that as well. You need somebody that can put the ball into the back of the net. And Erling Haaland is as Demo is saying in the comment, he's a goal poacher. This man has 49 goals in his last 49 Bundesliga appearances. So I mean, they want somebody to put the ball into the back of the net, and for me, I would choose Erling Haaland over Kylian Mbappe.
Okay, and I suppose that Chris Lynch is going to go with Mbappe because I saw him nodding his head while Devin was making his statement. So, what say you?
That's the thing about me. I'm very unpredictable. Devin can make a good point, but I disagree with him. But it's a good point. So I nod my head because he made.
Okay.
But Chris also made a good point because you said what you were saying. Because if Vinicius is going to play on one wing and Rodrigo on the next one, you need somebody through the middle. And obviously that's where Erland come in. Yeah, your goal scoring machine through the middle. Always a Lewandowski type right there. You're going to get goals.
I agree. Kems.
I would go with Erling because um in this case I think it's 6-1 half does not add up for me, to be honest, with either one. But I just think Mbappe have too much ego. I think he has a whole lot of ego up inside him. And Real Madrid are on my side, so obviously I want the person with more ego over there. But if on my side, like when it's in a hypothetical stance, definitely gonna take Erling because I just think that guy is all about business, all about business. When him touch the field, that man was hungry, that man wants to score goal, that man is always positive, always smiling, always laughing. So he's a person that I think could automatically gel in the team. Mbappe more look like one of them diva,
Sulky.
them high maintenance man. The way we want people, we walk and talk to people. I want people come talk to him and don't have a lot of ego. That's how him come off to me. You get me? I
Okay.
say, yeah.
All right,
Kems, let him
Stephen.
cuss out Neymar. I think so.
All right, Stephen. What say you?
I'm gonna go with Mbappe, you know. I hear the argument about through the middle. But what about when your quintessential number nine is not getting the ball? So, for instance, you're having a bad game and Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. not getting by the wing backs. Mbappe can play a little deeper, kind of like a false nine if you need him to. Get the ball a little deeper, beat players and create spaces, draw defenders. So sometimes you don't only need a quintessential number nine. I think Holland is a fantastic talent, but he's one dimensional. And all the analysis I've been hearing is about being a goal poacher and finishing. There are games where you're just not going to get as much balls. You have to create something. And I think
But you know
But
that,
Mbappe
but
is
hold
better
on,
at that.
stick up in though, Steve. I'm going to stop you. Haaland actually comes deep. Don't
I
follow
was
the
just
Steve
about to
analysis.
say that,
Haaland is a player
I
that
was
comes
just
from
about to
deep.
say that a lot of times we see the ball being played deep and Erling Haaland comes back and makes his darting
I'm,
run. A lot of
I'm
times the
trying to
commentators
remember which game it was that he made a sprint from his own half,
come
going to the other half
straight
to
up.
actually.
A lot of the thing is, what makes him a very unique goal poacher, Levon. The way how he's built and how his running motion is, people think he's slow, The man is faster than people think,
Yeah, he has
Faster
speed.
than people think. So you don't see Erling Haaland stand in the box and wait for the ball. Erling Haaland a lot of times drops back deep. So what you're saying that he's one dimensional. The man drop back sometime, him all go wide, come back in. When Sancho was playing, sometimes Sancho comes in and him switch there. So Erling Haaland is not one dimensional. He's not playing like a dead center forward. He is in and around the midfield to the forward line. So that's
Chris,
why he's
I
scoring
saw
so
what they
much
did there.
goals.
I saw what they did there. I said the man now play like Christie.
Don't do that.
No, no, but my response was in the context of what you guys were saying about his setup in the Madrid team. I'm
No man,
saying
but
in
No,
either
but
way, the Steve.
even
Either way,
in the
no,
sorry,
you
Chris.
guys were saying that look, you need somebody to play
Rodrigo.
through the middle. The Rodrigo and Vinicius will beat players, draw defenders, and open the
Mhm.
space for Holland. I'm saying in a time where you don't have those chances being created, I think that Mbappe can come deep and create more than Haaland could in terms of a footballing break. Haaland is very brilliant, I just think Mbappe is better at doing that. So I'd go for the
I
better
mean,
player.
it's a choice, it's a choice basically. But like what Chris basically said that that's how football been played now. Like most of your number nines have to basically even Lukaku, they have to come. You cannot stay deep because that means a defender always want to mark you closely. So you have to jog the line, come basically more than likely come a long way to half line. So that's how he plays.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on from that now and move over to another match that has Liverpool fans buzzing. It was an entertaining game, and I don't see how these guys never saw that this game would have had goals. Kemzim now tell me that Salah wasn't going to score. I was like, Kems, Salah is going to score again because Salah is in the form of his life. And I remember when he came here and Dimo said that Salah is the best player in the world right now. Manningsman took him on and said that no, because they can't just use 7 games to judge a man and rate it and ABC and whatnot. The other man is doing it in the league, he's doing it in the Champions League, so he's performing at the highest level. Now, as I said, it was an entertaining game. Liverpool jumped out the blocks quickly and took a 2-0 lead. After that, the man was looked awful since he went back over to Atletico Madrid. Actually, found 2 goals and they went into the half 2-all. Second half resumed, and I don't know what he was watching. Probably he was watching some kung fu, but he went in for a high challenge and got himself red carded, a straight red. And from there on in, Liverpool basically lost this game. And Salah eventually got a penalty and scored it. So he scored twice. And Chris, I'm going to start with you, then I'll go to the other Liverpool man in Steven. So, Chris, what do you make of your team and their performance today?
Um it was always going to be a big challenge. This game basically kicked Leipzig out of the competition. So it was always going to not Leipzig. Why mean at the Leipzig? Why mean at the Leipzig game?
Atletico.
Anyhow, we took control of the game, obviously. This is a game where Liverpool fans, this is why we know how important Fabinho is. Just by leaving Fabinho out of the lineup, we see, I see why Dimo and other people, when I pick Liverpool not to concede when a Fabinho is not in the team, they look at me crazy because this is how important of a player is. Because while we were 2-0 up, had we have Fabinho on the field, it would have been probably more comfortable. But like I said, Griezmann is a quality player. They get a goal back. The first one probably a little of luck, probably a little offside too. But that's how football is. You have to continue to play. And then they get a second one because Athletic, you don't normally see these type of games from Atletico where it's a goal fest basically. Uh, Normally at home they try to squeeze you 1-0 and all of that, but Salah wasn't having it. He's the only Liverpool player to score 9 consecutive goals. So Salah wasn't having it. So Kems need to have up. Kems don't know. And not Kems knows. but in the second half, like I say, Atletico, once they get the red card, then you see the true Atletico team. They were going to play tough. They were very hard to crack and until we get that penalty. And then Liverpool basically controlled the game again. And Atletico did what they did. They tried to come back at home, but Liverpool wasn't having it. But it was a good win for Liverpool. You need to win these type of games away from home. You don't want to really, sometimes you don't have to play your best, but you still win. That's what I used to admire about the Manchester United team. Sometimes I don't know how this team win. So I like to see teams that I know have quality come away with some lucky win. And probably this was one, not really a lucky win for Liverpool, but one that could have went either way.
Okay. Yes, Demo saying that Liverpool played 20 minutes of football and win the game. Alisson, awesome. And Wally is taking a
Man of
job
the
at
match
Kems.
easily.
Wally is taking a job at Kems. Wally is saying that Kems don't know. He's repeating what you said.
I
Wicked, Chris.
just for the record, I am way more right than I am wrong. So I in fact do know.
But
Kems over here picking goal scorers.
he wasn't picking it out. I was the one who mentioned it to him that Salah will score tomorrow. The man tell me said no, not scoring. But Stephen, you've heard all they had to say about the play, and you heard what Chris said. Do you think that Fabinho is that integral to your team in terms of you conceding or not, as others make it out to be?
It's important. It's funny you mentioned that. You know, the second goal. Well, a couple of the saves that Alisson made, the pass was made between the fullback and the centre back. Keita and Milner did not give as much defensive protection. So Atletico were targeting those guys. Milner is not as fast as he used to be. Keita is not a defensive minded player. And and had Fabinho been there in some of those situations, they could not have just run and get inside our box like that. He would either take a yellow card, foul somebody, break up the play. And he saw the difference when he came on, especially when we went in the lead 3-2. When Atletico started to kick those long balls, they tried to test Van Dijk. They started to hit the ball over to where Trent was. When we won the ball, we weren't afraid to play out from the back. And who was the maestro leading the transition from back to front? Fabinho. He was comfortable on the ball, even with 2 attackers pressing him. I mean, it shows how much of an asset Fabinho is. Keita, Milner, those guys will give you a good shift, but they're not going to protect the back four. So if Fabinho gets injured, God forbid, God help us.
All right, boss. All right, next up is Inter Milan taking on the Sheriff.
All
They were
right.
they were put to the sword, and Kim's got this one correct.
Hold on now, hold on now. I see Demo come up and say Kim never knows, right? And anybody else can say I don't know except Demo, right? Because Demo get everything wrong. So Demo said that this game was going to draw. He was positive over Sheriff will get a result, and obviously I say same thing I'm gonna say for Man City game is that all right, the honeymoon phase is over now. Right? The honeymoon phase is over. We are get back to football right now. Sheriff now beat none of them big side there again. So when Madrid bought them around 6, Madrid are going to give them. Let's just put it's a good run by Sheriff, but time to go. But I just wanted to point out that I am sure sports. We don't want you bless you up. We want you come and do show. Yeah, run away. When
Big up
Arsenal,
yourself, Mannings, man. Kim say I run from the show, man. Say you need to pop up on the show and
man,
weekend. We need you on the show because they're going to get a beaten weekend.
no,
So ensure that you're there.
the thing is, Manning's man owe the show something because we had set a rule that when a team play, no matter the result, you must show up on the show the next day.
All right, so Kems, you're the man that lay out the foundation when it comes to those things. Now, as I said, if man and pretty can get it wrong, $20 US. So what Manning's man has to show up for? Lay down the gauntlet, man. Tell him what he has to do.
Let me think about it. I think about it. Manning's man say I'm not have the US, so I'm going to think about it and come back.
All right. As I said, Inter Milan, they finally got on track and they got a win against Sheriff, and probably the honeymoon period is over for Sheriff now, and the big boys are going to pick up speed now and just do what they have to do. Next up was Ajax. Absolutely dominated Borussia Dortmund. And I said it to the producer today that is it a case that Ajax is probably on a run like they did in the Champions League a few seasons back, because they have been playing very well. And imagine when they see a man like Daley Blind popping up with goal. Let us catch it and they say, boy, it seems like this team is a well-oiled machine, is a well-coached team. And I don't want anybody to tell me about this man, that man, whichever man. Give me Eric Ten Hag over every coach that has been mentioned to coach United. Eric Ten Hag all day, every day. But with that being said, though, they have been playing some good football this season. And as I said last night, Sebastian Aller seems like he belonged to the Champions League. He's now the leading goal scorer with 6. And I'm going to start with the doctor, Devin, on this one.
Yeah, you know what? I remember the last Champions League show was on Kim, so like with Dortmund. You have a bet on Dortmund. Once Dortmund is playing away, don't bet on them, right? Because they're always gonna concede a 1 or 2 goals. So I was expecting them to concede a 1 or 2 goals, and I was at least they would have won like a 3-2. But I didn't expect them to be beaten like 4-0. I wasn't expecting them to get that flogging 4-0. That team, they look good. I was watching them from the other day, and they have some good players. That guy, Salah, is scoring, and once Dortmund people, and even the betters, once Dortmund is on the road, don't put your money on them. And it's like they don't play good away. They don't play good away in the Champions League. So, but I didn't expect a 4-0 trashing by Ajax today. That was a surprise to me, or like a shocker to me.
But Devin, one thing that I want to point out though is that if you look at the team overall, right?
Yeah.
You don't really say there is any big name, any top star or anything like that. The more popular names that we know is probably Dusan Tadic from his stint in Premier League, and you could probably call as I mentioned earlier, nobody really know him either to that much because he never did nothing of significance to West Ham to actually people to really realize who this guy was. But when you look at them, this is a team that plays together. This is a team. This is what you call a team. Players play for each other, and I'm sure that you'll probably be excited about another prospect coming through for your national side in Anthony. He's a good talent. Love watching that guy. And what do you think about him?
A good player. I've seen him a couple of times, so he can definitely come. We need a lot of young players. He's just up for that coach. And like I said, like with Brazil team, I think a lot of it, Neymar has a lot to say with some of the selection. So it goes back to think if he's in favor with Neymar. I just think so. I may be wrong. There's a conspiracy theory, but he deserves to get a call up when I look in. I like.
Okay. Before I move on, there's a lot of people punching in the comment section in the Chris Lynch, including Mannings. Mannings saying that if we need to see what Chris Lynch using, the man upgrade like I grade. But
probably I'm using the high grade money.
But Kems, this is no time for you to give a one punch to Demo again because Demo said that Dartman would have won this game. And so punch him on the short ribs again.
Boy, can't because Dimo even say, oh, Sporting and Mesquitas, he said them a draw 1-1.
Now we
Sporting.
know why Dima is not here, Kem.
You already know. Anytime him get wrong and find some it's surprising, you know, I'm always in the comment section but can't be on the show. I don't understand that, but hey, I don't mind job to figure that out. But
Alright.
yeah, even the game I say, oh, Dartman going to run rings around them and
Man say only get one prediction,
To
right? So
add to it though, Levan, like
Mhm.
you say, Ajax they went to the semi-final 3 seasons ago,
Mhm.
and they have not gone back to the knockout stage. So this might be something. It was a top of the table clash basically,
Mhm.
and like Kim said, the Dartmouth defense people is very unreliable on the road.
Yes, man.
Very,
And
very
that
always seems like they can concede.
and that run that they made 3 seasons ago, you know, um, you know, separate and apart of from that Champions League performance. If it wasn't for that Champions League performance, nobody outside of Ajax would have known a player like Danny Van der Beek and
What the
Matthias
team
de
for
Ligt
you?
and Frankie de Jong. Now, when they saw how they were playing like a team and they had that chemistry, Ajax, and they had very good a leader, even though he was that young. Matthias de Ligt was a leader around that back line. And you had a man like Frankie de Jong and Van de Beek that was running that midfield. Persons looked at them and said, listen, them boy are good, which is why they went to Juventus and Frankie de Jong, of course, went to Barcelona. So I think it's just persons coming out now. Sebastian Aller didn't do a lot in the Premier League at all. Nobody noticed him. He goes to Ajax. Every Champions League game, you see him popping up and doing what he does. He got a goal and 2 assists today. Daily Blin, who people not even really business about no more. He's still playing that left back role, scoring today. So I think they just looked really good. They look like a well-oiled machine, Ajax, and people need to look out for them because if they're continuing to play like this, they might have one run better than what they did 3 seasons ago.
Okay. Next up, we saw Porto getting a 1-0 victory over AC Milan in what was a disappointing game for bettors because I know that a lot of bettors never had Porto to win this game and a lot expected at least 2 goals in this game. No, that never materialized and it was an awful game if you ask me. Stephen, what do you have to say about this?
Um, yes. AC Milan has shown signs of good form in patches, but at the highest level, you can't show form in patches. You need a certain level of consistency. And Porto themselves have not been very consistent either. But again, if you don't show consistency, you're gonna pay the price. There are a lot of good players in Milan, but they're just not bringing it together consistent enough. And I think pretty much their season is over in the UCL. Will take a miracle for them to make it to the second round. They have to push for consistency. If they don't, it's gonna be problems.
Okay. And we're going to look forward to tomorrow, where at 11:45 a.m. we'll see RB Salzburg, who have looked decent so far this season with my German boy Karim Adeyemi. Man has won 4 penalties already, and I expect him to do similar tomorrow because Wolfsburg has been awful since they got on a good run at the beginning of the season, but since then things have gone downwards for them, and I think Devin probably remember because Devin was messaging me at one point about a game with them, and boy, since then everything has just took a downward spiral for them. But Salzburg at home looking decent, new coach and everything, and it seems like they don't skip a beat. They're a team, as I said before, they're similar to Ajax in terms of the overall structure and all of that. Now, with that in mind, Kems, do you think that they has what it takes to beat this Wolfsburg team come tomorrow?
I do. Because Salzburg has been playing some good ball. I don't remember which game it was exactly where I think you get like 2 penalties or 3 penalties or something like
Sevilla.
that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So and I think Sevilla is creme de la creme in that group. In that group. So I believe that Salzburg, I believe they'll get another penalty tomorrow. That's just my belief. It's not a Kems knows anything. It's just my belief that they get a penalty because the way they, constantly attack. I think they'll get that, and I think they'll win the game. I think they'll win the game tomorrow because Wolfsburg. I don't know. In the Champions League, I haven't seen them. They haven't impressed me really in the Champions League in itself. Salzburg impressed me more. Salzburg, go out there, look for the goals, attack very well. So I think Salzburg will win this one. I have it. I give it a 3-2.
Okay. I'm just going to run around the table. I just want a prediction from all of you guys. So Devin, scoreline.
I have Salzburg's winning 2-1.
Sports guy.
I have Salzburg blanking Wolfsburg 2-0.
Okay. Lynch
Salzburg 3-1.
and Steven.
I say Salzburg 3-1.
Okay, so we can all agree that we expect Salzburg to win this game. Next up, we'll see Barcelona taking on Dynamo Kiev. Barcelona got a good victory on the weekend against Valencia, and boy, what a good time for them that Ansu Fati is back, and he's back playing well for them, and also Felipe Coutinho scored for the first time in over a year for them. So it seems like I'm not going to jump like some people and say they have turned a corner, but it seems that things started looking upward for them. That being said, Memphis Depay has looked a good player for them this season. Well, he has been a good player for club and country this season, and I expect him to do well tomorrow again. Will they get over Dynamo Kiev? I'm going to start with Devin.
Yeah, so this is a game where like all those names that you mentioned ain't no big players, but against Dynamo Kiev, they should do well. The Memphis, the and the Antipati and all of them. It's Dynamo Kiev, and Barca is desperate. They lose to Benfica and what Bayern.
Yeah.
So they're desperate for a win to keep their chances of making to the knockout stages. So I see them winning 2-0 tomorrow.
Okay. All right. No, I'm just going to ask for the prediction from the rest of the guys. So, Chris, that's sports. Go ahead. Prediction.
I'm giving Barcelona a 2-1 win over Dynamo Kiev.
Okay. Lynch.
Barcelona 2-0.
And I can say that Kems expect Barcelona to get over Kiev just like he expected PSG to get over Leipzig, just like he expects City to get over Bruges.
Wrong. Barcelona last place in this group.
I know that is what you were going to say, because you expect them to play in Europa League.
There is no way they're winning this game tomorrow. I can't. Is Koeman still the coach?
Yes, he is.
All right. There's no way they're winning this game tomorrow. This game will end in a 2-2 draw.
Stephen.
They're gonna win 3-2. Is the match being played in Ukraine or in Spain?
Spain.
Yeah, they're gonna win 3-2.
Okay.
Hey, no excuses tomorrow, and I need Chris the guy, Lynch. I need all out of back tomorrow. Talk about this game particularly.
Talk about one game, Games. You're a very serious man.
All right, just need the scoreline for this one again. Lille against Sevilla. So go with Stephen this time.
Sevilla 3-1.
Kems.
Sevilla 2-0.
Lynch.
2-1 Lille.
Scott.
1-1 draw.
Devin.
Sevilla 2-1.
I expect that coming from a man who supports the Spanish league. Next up, we'll see Man United taking on Atalanta. No, as a United fan, and there's two other United fans on the stream, I personally, I tell you guys from last night, I want Man United to lose this game. I don't care what anybody else wants to say, but I want them to lose. I don't think more to say. Chris, going to start with you. What do you have to say about this?
I know why you want Man United to lose it. I know why. I don't trust them at all this season. I have not trust them at all this season. Um, you know, it is bad when you don't trust Man United to pull out a win at home at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams. So, so I don't. But then now you have, and what makes Ole's work easier is that man Cristiano Ronaldo. No matter how bad he plays in the league, whether it's La Liga, whether it's when he was playing for Man United in the Premier League, whether he's playing for Juventus in Serie A, he will pop up in the Champions League and score, which is the reason why he has been a consistent goal scorer in the Champions League. I would also want Man United to lose this game against Atalanta to show up how Ole cannot coach this team with such talent in the squad.
So
So
hold on, Chris. Hold on. So you want him to lose for it to show how Holly cannot coach his team? That's not
cannot.
my reasoning. I want him
Well,
to lose this
I
game.
am giving
I
I
want
am
him to
giving
lose.
my reason.
So listen, I want him to lose this game against Atalanta, then lose against Liverpool. So you know what follows.
All right. So I think that I just don't trust them.
They're going
When
to
you
win
ever
tomorrow.
hear that, Levon, you don't trust a Man United team to get a win at Old Trafford in the Champions League. That don't happen in the heights of Man United days. But um, I can't give a score at all. I'll probably give a 1-1 draw. If push come to shove, Atalanta might get a 2-1 win, just like Young Boys did against us. So if Atalanta win, I'm actually not surprised.
Okay, Kims. I disagree with Chris there. Even though I want him to lose, I believe they will. You know why? This guy came out in the press conference and he said that he knows that the pressure is on him. And generally, when the pressure is on this dude, you know what happens? Seems like
Yeah.
it's a prime United back in 1999 and those teams, and United have 2008. So that being said, how do I say this one going?
Well, first and foremost, I need both you and Chris to give back your Manchester United cards because there is no way, no matter, not even when Mourinho did a coach's side and they don't want Mourinho out, there is no way I am lobbying for my side to lose
Of course,
in
Abby.
any space. Right? That is just not it for me as a die-hearted fan. So we're gonna collect back on the Manchester United cards. With that being said, you are completely right. When you anytime Ole I feel the pressure. Anytime I say yes, these string of games, him probably I get 1 point out of 6 games. And surprisingly, him not lose none. Is either him win or him draw. So in this game, I definitely think Manchester United will win. I think they were embarrassed over the weekend. Um, losing the way how they lost to Leicester. Because I mean, we could have lose in a better way, but we were really embarrassed. We were basically run off the pitch. So I think that we will come with a better performance, and I think we'll beat Atalanta quite comfortably. I think we'll give them a nice like a 3 piece. What's that? What's that? That's a big deal. Is that a big deal at KFC or a meal deal? Which one? I'm not sure.
Stop by KFC.
But yeah, we're going to give them a 3-0. I think the guy who has disappeared, the guy who wanna call goat, who have disappeared for oh so long. I think he will show up in the Champions League. I think he'll actually put out some effort this time. I think Pogba will come to the party. I see Pogba go and give interview talking about something needs to change, but I want him to know that he needs to play better. That is one change that needs to happen. And I just think the guys will just come back and just, I think Atalanta is, the best opposition for us to play where we can
That's true.
get our confidence leading into the Liverpool game because if we go play Liverpool like how we play Leicester, might as well pack up our bags and leave because about 12 we're gonna get. With the farmer Salah at the fan, about 12 we're gonna get. Because we know
That
when
is true.
Salah see a man like Lindelof around there. You
And
know.
Kems,
But
it's so bad because the timing of Varane's injury is
yeah,
terrible too.
uh,
So with a man like that's on form like
yeah,
Mohamed Salah and Varane is
yeah.
injured now.
Y'all now can jump the gun for me, sure. I'm telling you.
No man,
Yes.
but what I
No,
mean
we
there,
not jump the gun, but no, I
and,
understand the matter.
and I need Harry Maguire to start play like in price tag. You know, right now in my play
Yeah,
like
baby.
we get him in my play like we get him for free or probably $2 million at most. That is what I'm play right now. Like if we get to control the ball in the defense, him do have a sense of urgency. He doesn't command the defense. You know, it seems like somebody else will do the command. I don't know. So as a captain of the team, we definitely need more from him. You know, these guys talk more when they do interviews than when they're on the pitch. You know, so as I said, Atalanta is the best opposition for us to face right now. Give us a little confidence before we go into the Liverpool game.
Yeah, before I move on to the other guys, Kims, can I tell you that I personally don't pay attention to their long epistles anymore. I don't want to see boss man go play upon the pitch and apologize to us in that way.
Yeah.
But Devin, scoreline prediction.
Manu 2-1.
Lynch.
2-1 Atalanta.
Okay. Steven.
Manu is gonna win 3-2, and Oli is gonna save his job.
You know, say
One.
Chris Lynch, I go say 2-1 Atalanta, you know. I mean, no, Steven, I say 3-2, and Ole, I save him job time. Why Ole, pardon the side of the field, when him a play Liverpool. But it's all right. Only two sit down and go on here, man.
No, I want him there for another 3 seasons, man.
Oi, stop
That,
talk bad on my side.
that ain't
You know
happening.
why you talk bad on my side, Tappy.
But
Skem
before
says the best. The only thing I disagree with Skem that is this the only reason why I would say Atalanta probably be the best, but not the best because they score goals in our games. This is not a team to play with.
That's why I
and
said
they
3-2
But
It's
they
concede
actually
a
not to
lot.
play with.
they
When you look
concede
to
a lot of
counter,
goals too.
if
So I
you
said
look
And,
to
3-2.
counter and you don't
Yeah.
have two
guess
good
what? Guess what,
defensive
Chris?
midfield, you're in
Guess what,
trouble.
Chris? Robin Gosens is out. Berat Jim Shitty is out. Rafael Tala is also out.
I don't think
Um,
Guzens is out though. I think the
Gosens is out.
others are there.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. And Pessina is also out. If they can't beat these boys, they need to pack up and leave Champions League and go and back down to Bush League. But before we move on,
I
guys, remember
agree.
to like the video. Like the video, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, subscribe. And I see you all in the comment section. Don't think I'm neglecting you all. So big up on yourself as well. Next fixture we'll see is Zenit taking on Juventus, and Juventus are on what, a 7-match winning streak, and they look forward tomorrow to getting another W over Zenit, who has lost their two. They have lost two on the trot in the league. I remember betting them twice and they lost and mashed me up. But
They lost
well, I
against a
think
little bug team, no so.
two bug team they lost against. They lost against Arsenal Tula on the weekend. And I was like, damn. But that being said, scoreline prediction. I'm going to start with Lynch this time.
Juventus, I remember a couple of weeks ago we were saying there, I think Dima was saying they were going to hit this farm. So I think Dima finally get something right, Kems. I think a couple of weeks back he said this would happen, that Juventus was a good team and would eventually start winning games. They're looking like they're finding their footing. And probably a 2-0 scoreline is probably fair.
Kens, what do you say?
Uh, my mind is telling me a draw because Zenit is not a walkover. Chelsea can tell you. It's not a walkover at all. So, but I'll go with a Juventus 1-0 victory.
I believe where all this life for Zenit is as far as Claudino plays. Because Claudino, whenever he plays for them, he has been the standout. So if he starts tomorrow, I believe they'll actually do well. Otherwise, from that, probably win for Juventus, maybe, even though Juventus hasn't looked that good, if we're being honest. They haven't looked good any at all. They have been grinding out some result at 1-0 here and there because their last, three fixtures, I believe, is 1-0 they won them. So it's not a case as if they're playing that well. But, Stephen, scoreline?
I'm going to go Juventus 3-0. Zenit not
Wow.
being consistent. Even if Claudina plays well, I think Juventus have hit a strap of form. And you know it is in sports when your confidence is high. So I think Juventus is going to blank them 3-0.
Mr. Scott.
I don't know why you put out my government last name. But anyways, I have Juventus scraping through. They're not necessarily as in terms of their goal scoring threat, but I think they're gonna win this one because, as I say, it's two teams that St. Petersburg never expected to lose against, that they did lose against. So I think that Juventus is going to win this by 2 goals to 1.
Devin.
Juve 1-0.
Okay. Next up, we'll see Benfica taking on Bayern, and Bayern have been Bayern this season.
For
They have been
love.
playing some awesome football, getting goals from all over the park. When you see a man like Nicolas Sula playing at the right back, you know that this is a team that means business. And
Sula
as I said
Nino.
before, this is the team to beat in Champions League. And boy, what a partnership that has been stuck up between Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka. They have looked supreme for Bayern, and even if you look at a man like Sane, Sane was hit and miss for Bayern until Nagelsmann came in. And since Nagelsmann has taken over, it seems like Sane game has raised to a whole other level. So with that in mind, Chris, what do you think about this? I'm talking about Scott this time. I have to make the this party because remember there's two Chris, so I have to use that.
Yeah, they're just like a well-oiled machine, aren't they? I mean, you did make mention of Leroy Sané and not being, you know, consistent for Bayern Munich. You put Julian Nagelsmann in there, and of course Bayern Munich. It just lifted Leroy Sané's game. I'm almost certain that injury that he suffered as a player when he was younger was a blessing in disguise, because when he was coaching Leipzig, you know, they were always in and around that top four spot in the Bundesliga, and he went over to Bayern Munich. You think that maybe this team might be too big for him, but my gosh, you know, Leverkusen, who were second in the league at the time, got hit for five, and five of those goals were scored in the first half, four in a couple minutes. So I think that that those two central midfield pairing between Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka has been fantastic for Bayern Munich. I have them beating Benfica. Benfica look a little bit too confident, especially after that 3-0 that they had against Bayern Munich, especially with
Of
Nicholas
course.
Otamendi. I don't like that brethren at all. I don't like Otamendi at all, so I would really want Bayern Munich to shut them up. So I have Bayern Munich winning this by 3 goals to 0.
All right,
Omo,
a quick correction though. This game, Bayern actually scored all 5 goals in the first half against Leverkusen.
Okay.
But
So you just have
Kems,
to look at how they were attacking wise. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
okay, Kems, go ahead.
yeah, I don't, I need to give one bag of theory. Like, this game is nothing to talk about. Bayern Munich will dominate as usual. They can probably give Benfica 7 if they want, but I think it'll be 4-0. It'll be
Okay,
an easy 4-0.
Chris Lynch.
Yeah, I mean Bayern, it's always hard to know what, because they seems like they can score 12 on any given day. So I don't like to undersell them. So I'll go with a 5 again.
Oh, okay, boss. Steven,
Bayern to win 4-2.
Devin.
Bayern to win 2-0.
Okay. Before I move on, a little bit of basketball news. So the Milwaukee Bucks has beaten the Brooklyn Nets. Giannis Antetokounmpo doing what he does best, and that's what we expected. What's that, man? Anyways, let's move on. Next game we'll see tomorrow is Chelsea taking on Malmo. I'm sure that we're all predicting Chelsea to win this game and win this game easily. Devin, scoreline prediction.
2-0 for Chelsea.
Chris.
Chelsea 3-0.
Chris.
Chelsea to win 3-1.
Or answer for Chris.
And Kems.
Malmo to win 1-1. A joke. Chelsea,
One man.
Chelsea win 3-0, man. Chelsea win 3-0.
Okay, and the final game, we'll see Young Boys taking on Villarreal. Scoreline prediction, Kems.
A game that Manchester United fans are interested in.
Last time, Villarreal Young boys not good. Villarreal get them
Galore
show.
last on the weekend, you know.
And the young boys them play though.
It's Asasuna them play, you know.
Asasuna better than young boys right now. Right now.
You're smoking rum, man.
Trust me.
Right now, Levon, right now.
Right now, Asasuna better than young boys. But anyway, 3-0 Villarreal.
Wow. Chris. Lynch.
All right. Oh, Lynch. sorry.
Villarreal 2-1 Villarreal.
Scott.
Yeah, Villarreal scraping through 2-1 as well.
And the doctor.
3-1 for Villarreal.
Okay. Now going to move on and going to discuss another topic. So I'm sure you guys probably see in the news that they're probably planning on keeping the World Cup every 2 years. I know 2 of the guys on the panel is for it, one is against it, and one is it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to see football play. So the 2 guys that is for it is Devin and Kems. It's not often these 2 guys agree on with the same thing on a particular topic, but here they are tonight. The guy that disagrees is Chris, and that's Scott. The one that doesn't matter is the Spaniard, Mr. Lynch. No, Devin, why are you for it? Why?
Why not?
Why?
I say, it's an opportunity to see more football being played, and to wait 4 years to see all the great players, man, and you can get them every 2 years. Nothing is wrong. All right, when you look at all right, put aside the Olympics, right? When you look at the other, like cricket, every 2 years is just one sport. When you look at track and field, you have the World Championship every 2 years. That's just one sport. Why football by itself? We have to wait 4 years. It's not like the Olympics where you have track and field, you have basketball, you have rowing, you have like a million other sports. The organization shouldn't be that much. Shouldn't that be much to come together to put a show for every 2 years. And this argument about it being watered down, no, because when you look at it, you're gonna have some bug team. And once there's a World Cup, if it's every 2 years, 4 years, every 6 years, you're gonna have some bug team that's gonna fall out in the first round. And even if you add more competitors to it, it's basically gonna be the same. The bug teams are gonna get knocked out in the first round. When you reach to the knockout stage, big teams gonna be up for showing. That's how the competition set up. So there's no water.
So Devin, stick up in.
Mm.
So you're telling me that you're going to see probably a game with say a San Marino playing at Germany, and you're going to be interested in watching it.
You still have some of those games though.
I'm asking you. You're going to see more of them. You know? That's the point that
he's not-
the people
and
that
he's
are
not-
against it
and he's
are
not
building
Once
it.
it's World Cup,
No, level.
I am
He's
watching
not
every
letting him
game.
know.
Once it's World Cup, I'm watching every game. Every game. Every game I'm watching this World Cup. Once I'm available to watch a game, I watch every
All
game.
right. So Devin, you believe every fan is like Devin that is going to sit down and watch
No,
every game?
no, but you're acting like no, you don't have some games where people are interested in watching.
Mm-hmm.
You have some teams in the World Cup now when they play against Germany, people don't want to watch them.
I'm gonna be frank. I don't watch every World Cup game. I don't. Why?
That's what I'm saying. You have some bug team playing.
Look at it now, Devin. What I'm bringing across is that you're going to have too much of
You're gonna have too many of those
problem. That's a problem that you're going to face now. Because personally for me, yeah, I support Germany, but a lot of times when we see Germany play like San Marino and then team, then we just look, move, go on business, go and look again, move, go on business. But I still don't watch it for 90 minutes because San Marino is San Marino.
No, but let me tell you. Sometimes I wonder if I don't really love football and if I don't just love the idea of football. Right? So when you look at it, right? I look at every 2 years. The first thing that come to my mind is, World Cup every 2 years. Jamaica must have an opportunity to go one of them World Cup. That's the first thing that come to my mind. See, Jamaica must can qualify for one of them World Cup. The second thing that come to my mind, I say, well, from a financial point of view, this will be more finances for the country for the different countries. I say, well, Jamaica in that too. And the next thing I think about is every 4 years, I feel wait for like my favorite footballer, like Messi, right? Every 4 years, I feel wait for Messi to play a World Cup. Every 4 years. For me, I say, no, if I can see my, obviously Messi, I will retire soon and so, but whichever good footballer, great footballer, then me I get to see them. I get to see them on the world stage every 2 years. Every 2 years now, I know we can look forward to that. And this player can play a lot more World Cup in that kind of span. So the average player would have played probably like 3 World Cup, 4 World Cup, I guess. If them, but they know if World Cup are every 2 years, no, the average player can play 6 World Cup, probably 7 World Cup. I don't think that me want to see. Like me
All
want
right,
to
Kims, I'm going to stop you though. I heard you mention a point that it can be good for a country like Jamaica and the rest of these countries. Yes, it can be good. But on the other side, it can be bad. Because imagine if they don't qualify, you know how much depth it's going to place that country in. Look at Jamaica right now. You know how much money they have spent for just the few matches they have played so far? And Jamaica, if you ask me, Jamaica is in depth right now in terms of just for the qualification process. So you're looking at it from a standpoint and say it can be good, but I'm not looking at it from the other end that it can be
okay.
very bad and it can
But
get very ugly for
so
that
I'm sure
country.
there's some level on, and this is probably just me, right? But for me personally, I like to look at the glass half full versus half empty. Right? That is just me, right? So I always focus on the positives. Like obviously, when I was okay, if Jamaica not qualify, then this can happen, then that can happen. You can think about that in every possible situation. You can think about that all the time. You can always find a negative to a positive, always. But for me, like I just look at it that way. We just say, well, all right, every 2 years now, okay, now probably now, then Jamaica can develop a little bit more structure in the football. But I don't know, like
All right,
they're
but
more
Kims,
they're more
I heard what you
cohesion.
said, I heard what you said. However,
Mm.
yes, you like all the positive and all of that. However, you have to be a realist and you have to face reality and face what it is because at the end of the day, you're always going to have the positive side of things and you also are going to have the negative.
Of
So,
course.
you being a football man, you have to look at both sides of it. You can't have the thing on balance because
Okay.
you're leading over to the positive side like this, while the negative side is like this.
Yeah,
So you
but
have to
then
look at it from both standpoints. And then I think Chris will probably bring this up later on, but I said it to you earlier today. What about the players? Remember that there's already a congestion in fixtures, So when you take these players into consideration, and I said, yes, you can't think about the advent of technology and technology being better.
They
uh-huh.
Levant, before I go there, they have their reasons around that, They would have shortened, they would have
No,
come out and tell you
no,
that they would only have
Hold on, no, Chris, hold on, make him done
okay.
talk.
No, I make the man go ahead
You
and
can't
finish it.
cut
Go
him.
ahead,
Make him
Chris.
done
Go
talk.
ahead, Chris.
Okay.
Levan was talking about the players and
Go
how it
ahead,
would affect
Chris.
the players. We
Mm.
get that point, but after FIFA came up with this, FIFA smartly know that would have been an argument there. So they are saying you wouldn't have a lot of international breaks again. They were saying you'd probably have one in October and then a next one in March. So you wouldn't have it. You see how much international breaks we have had so far? They are saying they would have taken that away and they would have made sure that games you would have played less traveling for players, basically.
All
Yeah,
right.
So they would
like
have taken away a lot of that from the players.
Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Lynch, yeah, because I just read it right. So it's not really that, but it's something close to that. So what they're saying, right, is that, because you know that Wenger is the one that is making the proposals. So what Wenger is saying is that what they will have is a 1 month long tournament qualifications. So teams would leave, so players will leave their clubs for 1 month straight. And all qualifications will take place within 1 month, which is around October to November,
Mhm.
right? Which probably not even make no sense again because that's a lot of injury issues that can cause. Cool. Right?
no,
But
but
after the 1 month, what will happen after 1 month is the players them go right back into their
no,
club.
but Josh, but producer, I don't like whenever you get the injury argument. Like you act like say whenever I play for them club, like them can't get injured as well. Like when I get the injury argument, like you
Kims,
can't
come
say
on.
The arguments
Kims,
are
listen,
there's
Kims,
no.
listen.
Kims, the injury argument always it's like something where you say you're not gonna get, right? The facts are always there that when there are tournaments, right? Major tournaments, players always get in, right? World Cup, Euros. Now, if you're going to have a 1 month qualification tournament, right? It is going to become a major tournament, basically.
And then remember that they have to
Exactly.
go back to their
And they have to
clubs.
go back to their clubs.
Kems,
Players
it's
will
a
get
mix. It's a
injured.
mixture of events we're talking about. We're not focused on one competition solely. We are focusing on the whole entire thing. So, all right, look at what happened the other day. Yes, it's not the same situation, but look at Varane, right? Varane went on international duty. Boom, come back to the club injured. So imagine you going on a 1 month qualification tournament.
And 1 month will involve 10 to 12 games per month for the entire month. You're going to do 10 to 12 qualification games for 1 month. Come on.
That's why the international squad big. A lot of rotation. Again,
That's going to be 3 games.
no,
every
but
week.
no.
This is 1
Alright.
month straight.
Put 400%. Like I get that point, and that was one of the cons to it for me. They say, all right, the team with players and so. But when I look at the pros, just like when I talk to a girl, and when I decide to say, no, I'm done with it, I look on the pros, I look on the cons, and if the cons higher, my God, my business. That's just so, right. So the same thing. Like I look on the pros, I look on the cons with it for me, right? And the pros were just a lot more than the cons.
Yes.
I think.
The
What
pros
I
should be
think,
more, as I say, like for Jamaica, because Jamaica, you will find yourself at more World Cups. That's a pro, basically, right?
Mhm.
Jamaica is going to find yourself at more World Cup. And then now, the next thing that we have to look at, are we going to have a World Cup every 2 years with 48 teams? I remember that we're going up to 48 teams right now.
2026,
So,
48 teams.
every 2 years, right? So that's the next thing that take consideration.
Of course, something wrong with that. I keep
I'll,
on telling
I'll,
them,
I'll
nobody needs to sit
Devin,
down
they
now.
have a problem.
Look,
Devin,
I
they
would
have
say,
a
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
yeah, Devin. Even at every 4 years, there are federations that have a problem with the 48 team increase.
Mm.
Even
Yep.
after every 4 years. So can you imagine now every
why do
two
they have a
years?
problem? Why do they have a problem with it?
Because them feel that it's congested.
I think it's only Europe pushing back, and I really think because of the financial part of it. I think there's no way to get, if something is going to make money, then I can't see someone not going forward with it.
Like, you know much money, and people say FIFA greedy. Them say
They
FIFA
are.
is
They are.
probably if we did greedy, probably would have left further than which power there right now. So hey, big greedy
The UEFA is
FIFA
pushing back.
every 2 years, every two. All right. So this ever start
All right,
basically.
Kems. I pick you up on your point, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're saying that we are sports friends because all of we right here says a family right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're saying that we as sports friends should be greedy.
No, I'm saying you have good greed and you have bad greed. That's all I'm saying. You have good greed, bad greed. Why you make up a face for Chris? You don't understand that?
You want me to tell you the plethora of people that were greedy in the FIFA organization and had suspended jail sentences and the amount of money because they were greedy they stole from a lot
But
of the
Chris,
nations. You want me to mention that?
isn't it greed why Qatar got that World Cup?
Thank you.
Okay. It's greed. And then look at it now. Face reality now, Kems. They know that after the World Cup next year in Qatar, if memory serves me correct, I believe, was it 1 week afterwards or 3 days? I think it's around either 1 week or 3 days afterwards, the players have to return to their club to play games. So there won't be any break whatsoever. I know say normally after World Cup finish, the players get a little break and all of that.
And he said,
There won't be any break this time around.
Because the people win, because Qatar is hot.
But another thing I'm going to say is that
And they were
again, right? When you are of a certain caliber,
Mannings man, why are you wilding tonight? I feel like Mannings man is taking a touch of the rum,
yeah, like you want to drink something. Man.
Lynch, careful now, Lynch. I think you're the one that is giving that rum to Mannings man. Producer,
No,
listen
the
what Mannings man is
pastor would
saying.
never do that.
Listen what the pastor is saying. Kem said the man them as sports friends a bad breed, or did he say a bad greed? But Kems, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, Manning's one of me. I forget to do the city, but What was I saying? Other than I forgot. I remember it.
But
Talking about
Levon, the
greed,
people
Kems.
that you are saying is going to suffer, you know. The Africans are for it.
I,
They
I, I I
are.
expect them to
The
because
Africans are for
remember,
it.
remember those are your brothers, and your brothers are filled with stamina. So guess what? They don't mind. And guess
No,
what?
and they
You World Cup,
understand the financial side of it
yeah,
also.
because they
They
need
need
it. They need
finances.
it. They need
Yeah,
it.
they understand that. And
All
They
right.
obviously
definitely push for
Asia
it.
is for it.
All right. So this is it. This is it, right? This is it. This is it, Devon. Like these players are getting paid a whole lot of money, right? These players are getting paid a whole lot of money. As a result of that, there's a whole lot of expectations of these players, right? So I don't want to hear anything about they need this amount of rest, that amount of rest. I don't want to hear
All
that. You
right. So
know,
listen my proposal to you. At some point, and not in the distant future, sports friends will be making,
yeah. And then
you don't want to
when
talk it up.
so
And
then
I want to see Mr.
no,
Kimar
exactly.
Barring.
And when Sports Friends is making that amount of money, you think you can come back or boy, tired
Yo, me
today?
no, 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 no. Listen, I don't want to pick up my phone after you say Kims. I know say 8 o'clock if you link in. Me no want to see that. You see when 8 o'clock come, I suppose to can start this on time, right?
No, no
So
doubt at
clear.
all.
But the thing is,
And nobody's against it.
Yeah. So the, the,
let,
the,
let
the
me,
only two federations that have one World Cup are against it. And
yeah.
Europe and
And Europe
CONMEBOL.
is also threatening to break away.
Then here's the thing that Kems don't know. That Kems know that probably I don't know. That clearly Levon that they are the Terminators, that they're robots, that they have wires and metal in their system. Not because they get paid a lot of money means that they should basically be tired out every single day, every single week.
No,
First of all, when you look at Euros, African Cup of Nations, and Copa America, along with CONCACAF Gold Cup, which which of the competitions do you watch the most, Kims? Out of those four, which competition do you watch the most?
Euros,
And how much? How long is that? Every what?
2 years,
Every what?
2 years, never 2 years.
Euros is every 4 years. Don't play with
Every
me.
4 years.
It's every 4 years.
Is
2016
it
was the every
Yeah,
four.
it was 2008,
2016
really?
2012 that
2016
Spain
was
win.
the last year that was played,
Yeah.
and it should have
Okay.
been played last year,
Then for
and it
change it.
wasn't
Then for
because of
change that to
COVID.
every. Then for
Anybody?
change it now to every
Anyways,
3 years.
hold on. Do you watch CONCACAF Gold Cup as much as you do the Euros?
No,
CONCACAF is how much? How much years? Every
I
two
don't
years.
watch it. I just want to
Oh,
ever
you
start watching
don't,
it.
All
and
right,
yet
Kims.
it's every 2 years,
Chris,
right?
you know the other competition I should ask him about? Ask him about Copa America. How do you watch it as much as you watch Euros?
If I watch Copa America as much as I
Does
watch
he watch Copa
Euros,
America at all?
I do watch Copa. I watch my guy. I
But
watch my guy.
Chris, that is not a good point, I will say, because people watch competitions for quality. No matter how often it happens, is the quality we really want to see why we watch it. So Kems don't watch the CONCACAF because it does. If it had the same quality as Euros, Kems would watch it. If
More
it
only
keep every
start.
day.
Let me tell you something. I don't show you really make me start watch CONCACAF, Because me know say I come talk about it. Without that show here, there's no CONCACAF me I watch at all.
Yeah,
So
I know.
It's the quality. The reason why we're attracted to the top leagues and we don't watch a lot of leagues around the
Which
world.
is
It's
why
because of the
which
quality.
is why
But
which is why I
this
was
is playing back. This is playing back to the point that Chris and I are making. That with them extending the World Cup to 48 teams, and who knows, probably more down the
nobody is
line.
going to be watching
The
it with a lot
quality
of
is
the
going to
teams
take time to
playing.
start.
Chris.
Kems
No, brother.
No,
literally
Still have to
Chris.
watch it, man.
Kems
Confirm.
lit
Chris.
Kem no,
Chris.
but hold on. Chris, you said
Yeah.
that the quality is the reason why they watch the Euros, right?
Over the CONCACAF, must be.
Over CONCACAF Gold Cup, right? If the quality continues to deplete with all of these teams coming in, wouldn't that be the reason why less and less people watch the World Cup?
No, there's a
No.
You
there's a
are
quite
saying
bit of
it's going to
prestige with the
deplete. You
World
have no
Cup.
evidence that will take place. That's what I'm saying. You have no
Man, States
Exactly.
evidence.
are gonna get knocked
Not
out.
because of
Hey,
teams them still are gonna move forward.
Hey,
Yeah,
check this
not
out.
because a team might be
But
coming
that
in new
happens.
mean they don't have quality.
All right. I'm
A
going to
team
play.
might just find their best team in that window. Every
I'm
2
going
years,
to.
a team might just be able to have them be able to have everyone that's on basically not old at the moment and can represent them team.
Not going like the
Right.
work
Right.
go
So
on.
listen.
Bad team
So
no play
listen
their
now,
last
Devin.
for them.
Devin, listen.
Morocco and Iran playing one game in a man.
Hold
Morocco
on,
and
Devin.
Iran.
Listen, me say now, Devin. No, you as a big Brazilian supporter, right?
Yeah.
Watching the World Cup in the 2 year span.
Mm.
I see your team get kicked out by a San Marino. How would you feel as a Brazilian fan? And do you think the Brazilian fans will continue to watch that World Cup?
Well,
Yo,
you create one
As
island.
a boss man, do you think those Brazilian fans will continue watching the World Cup?
when when Brazil did get when Brazil, how would they get too much? A Brazil they get how much from Germany?
Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
People
They
watch.
think the Brazil fans will stop watch after that?
They never had a choice, boss man. It's kept in Brazil. So why you Kems do better than that?
And that
No,
is the
but
team that
okay.
actually won the World Cup too.
By the way,
Hold
it's
on.
gonna be 20 years a team outside of Europe don't win the World Cup.
Let me tell you.
Probably more.
When South Korea played Germany, did any of you think that Germany would have lost that game?
Oh, World Cup,
comment.
you go watch.
No
People
comment.
go
In
watch.
2018, did you guys think that Germany would have lost to South Korea?
No
Not
comment.
only did they lose, they were blanked in that game. Blanked.
So what is the point? That those type of performances won't show up every 2 years also?
What on the point kind of come over to a
No,
point.
no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
don't
You guys
understand
are
if
saying
you
that
want that.
even
Beating the top team, and then you're all saying when too much of these teams come in, it's gonna water it down, and then you're highlighting some minnows beating the
All
top
right.
teams. So I don't get it.
Devin, a while ago you said that yes, they will continue. So yes, Fresh God, and I know this poster, this YouTuber from across a lot of pages, from Manning's Man to Coach's Desk to all those pages. This is a man that is everywhere. He's
Is
saying
he
that I will
Jamaican?
never continue if
Is he
Brazil.
Jamaican?
Chris know him.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Yeah. But this is what I say, Levan. This is what I say. Like, if you're a real football fan, right? If you're a
Good
real
point.
football,
This is a good point by Manning's Man. I'm going to stop you for a minute, Kims. Here's Manning's Man saying that buckles for them who want 2 year World Cup. If the money is there, give the Confeds the money. Don't need to change the cycle.
why we don't need to change the cycle?
Man, just say it, brother. Once the money is there, just give the people them the money, let the people them develop the Confeds instead of trying for this 2 year World Cup.
Oh man,
and would the quality increase once the development is there as well?
Sometimes we don't like change and we try to hit back at change. No.
Kims, remember that?
I am not on
I
one
want
side,
to
but
know-
I know that people. Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry about that, Chris.
No,
Sorry
you're
for
good.
cutting. I
You're good.
want to know from Kems what is wrong with the current format. What's wrong? Because I didn't hear in the commotion, because I know you made mention of it, but I want to know
No.
why is it that the current 4 year cycle is a problem and you want it to change
No, I did.
to a 2
All
year
right.
cycle?
So Chris, I think you're getting it wrong. I didn't say that I want it to change. I didn't say I want it to change at all. But
I
what
thought
I'm
you said
saying-
you agreed.
No, they said they want to change it to 2 years, and I said I'm open to it. I said I have no problem with it.
Oh,
It's
I
good.
thought you.
I don't have any problem.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not saying 4 years of foolishness. No, but if they are coming up with a proposal and them say 2 years, and them say they want to do it every 2 years, why am I going to hit back at it? No, make we try every 2 years. If it don't work, then they can go back to 4 years. But give it a try. Chris, you don't have to wait until something is broke to fix it, Like, you don't have to wait, Panda.
Yeah, that's true.
You can actually be proactive in it and say, well, boy, make a try this, like the world.
Yeah,
is,
because
the world
all right. Good point, Kims, because probably you own a business, right? And you're probably looking at it from a vantage point and say, so I probably can venture into a next thing right here, so I make some
make
bigger
some
money
more
right here.
money
So
in certain
you're going
things.
to do
Right?
it. You're not going to wait until you just settle for the money we are roping. But I get what you're saying. However, what I'm getting at is that I don't want the quality of the thing to drop, and we're going to see too much of these bug teams at the World Cup. That's what me I run from.
All
But you
right.
keep
Okay. So
saying
if we
that,
keep,
you keep
so if
saying
we,
that, Levan. Who tell you that the quality is going to drop? Who tell you
40.
that?
Listen,
And
Chris. Chris,
There's
it's
no
currently at
evidence
what?
of that
Hold on,
yet.
man. It's currently at what? 32, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we say bug teams come at the World Cup. With 32 bug teams play. Now we look at it with 40. And I think that it's going to increase.
Levon, let us be fair.
Uh-huh.
Across all sports, you will always have a plethora of bug teams, no matter where you go. No,
No matter what.
in any sport at all, there'll be a lot of bug teams. NFL, basketball, baseball, you can name it. You'll have a plethora of bug teams. But what I'm saying is, and we can look at, I like the business analogy where you use. What you think the reason why BlackBerry not in a business no more? Because of this. They were waiting until something was broke to fix it. You know, obviously with the World Cup, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something different because obviously the World Cup still are going there, whether 2 years or 4 years or whatever the case may be. But the point of see people are like, oh, nothing is wrong with the 4-year this, nothing is wrong with the 4-year that. All right, nothing probably not wrong, no. But then within a 2021 by 2026, we don't know what can happen. So much things happen, so much changes can go on. So 48 teams will not improve the quality. Well, all right, we can have the argument about the 48 teams. We can have the argument about the 48 teams. But in terms of the 2-year, 4-year thing, I would say just give it a chance. And, if it sucks, then, switch it back. But suppose it's the greatest thing ever. Because I just say, you see more, imagine if when Messi just started his career, we were seeing Messi in a World Cup every 2 years. He would have probably win a World Cup already. Cristiano in a World Cup every 2 years. He would have probably win a World Cup already. Like, no stuff like that. Like, we can't take them things for granted. 4 years is a
Kems,
long
I
time.
think it's one of the ideas that it's one of the things that when it happen, if it happen, people just come on board and then everyone start loving it.
All right.
I think it's one of those
Hold on.
ideas.
Chris,
Because I
Hold
don't
on.
see, that's why I
Let me
don't disagree or agree with that. I
But-
don't see nothing really bad.
let me
from
ask you that. Let me ask you this, guy. You guys this question. I'm about to start with Kems because Kems is basically arguing for it. So when it came up the other day about the European Super League that was about to form, what was your stance on that?
What was my stance on it?
Mm-hmm.
What was my? I honestly, I was like the same. I wasn't like yeah, or I wasn't like nay. I was just like if it happened, let's just see what happened. Like I have learned that where change is concerned, like we can't be too quick for knock it down. Like we can't be too quick for just say oh no because I don't know what can be, what can come of it. Like I just don't know. So. There is an unknown factor, and I guess that is what get people like quote unquote scared or make them apprehensive. But for me, like if there is change happening, it must be a reason why. And then I get to find out. I did some more research, and I get to find out because the champion. I heard persons were talking about the Champions League this and the prize money for Champions League too, little bit and this and that, and all of them getting. And I said, okay, then cool, yeah, nothing wrong with Super League then.
Okay. All
But
right.
hold on before you move on, Levon. Here's the problem that I have with Kim's statement. There's no way that you're going to do something monumental in changing a World Cup to every 2 years, and if it don't work, you just change it back like that. It don't
Yeah,
work
that's
like
a truth.
when it comes to that, you can't just change it back like that because it takes a lot of money and resources to transfer that back. And remember, with the changing of the World Cup every 2 years, you have to look at other competitions that are either for club and country. So Euros, African Cup of Nations, CONCACAF Gold Cup, and Copa America. You have to look at that because you're going to change it up again in the FIFA calendar. And if you change it back, it's a whole heap of confusion. So you can't say, oh, well, if you don't like it, we're going to just change it back. It don't work like that. It have to be very meticulous.
Check me out, Chris. That's a great point, right? And that's why those guys get millions and millions of dollars to work through those little intricacies, and not me, right? I'm just here to take in the product, right? But I am saying, Chris. Well, if that is not possible, as I say with the 2 year thing, then eventually we will get used to it. We will get used to the every 2 year World Cup. We'll probably say, but as people, like, we'll get used to it. As again, I say, when change just start happening, a lot of persons going to be against it. But after it is after it is implemented, and honestly say, oh well, this is not really so bad. When you see say everything start work out, then it'll be cool.
Ryan, so you have probably heard the argument that we're on. So
Yeah.
what's your take on it?
I don't see any reason to be for it.
Oh.
Hold on a second. I don't see any reason to be for the every 2 year World Cup because I'm not hearing from FIFA why, except for the fact that Champions League is yearly, and that's not a good enough excuse because club football is a continuous thing. Club football is like 60 matches per year, all competitions, whereas international football is 10 matches per year, give and take, 10 to 15, depending on if you're having a World Cup or a Euro, whatever it is. But it's not as much as club football, so that is not a good excuse to start off with. I don't hear about how the other confederations are going to play their tournaments because African Cup of Nations is what? Every 2 year. World Cup is every 2 year. Copa don't know what they are. Sometimes they're every 2 years, sometimes they're every 4 years, sometimes every year. Euros is every 4 year. Asian Cup I think is every 4 years. So I don't know how they are going to do. Then you have the issue of qualifiers for those confederations.
All right. What do you think about this being put forward by Elton? Elton is saying that confed tournaments should be used as qualifying tournaments long time to make them more exciting. What do you say?
Qualifying tournaments, here's the thing: you have to qualify for the confederation for the confed tournaments anyway. So you have to qualify for Euros, and then you have to do a World Cup qualifier. So you have 2 sets of qualifiers that you have to do. So how are you going to do 2 sets of qualifiers in every year?
All right. What I'm getting
you're going to qualify for Euro this year, and then next year qualify for World Cup, and then potentially the following year you come back and qualify. Let me not even use Euro as an example because Euro is every 4 years it is right now. You qualify for African Cup this year, then you have to qualify for World Cup the following year, and then the next year, and then the following year. It's just going to become. I don't see how it's going to work out because they haven't told us how they are going to.
Ryan, I think
because the other confeds are backing it except Euro, they must have something work out. So Ryan point to worrying about the confeds. They are backing it except Euro.
No, I'm asking how okay, fine. So
but they must have it planned out. If they are backing something that's going to affect basically them, they have it planned out. So you cannot worry about them. You have to worry about if it was Europe that you say you're worrying about who is not for it, then the point is taken. But because Africa, Asia is all saying, oh, we see the financial part of this, I know it can help us, then you cannot complain for them.
But also Ryan, I think you missed what Elton was saying. Elton was basically saying that instead of them just playing this confed tournament and all that, they should use it as qualifier to the World Cup. So the winner.
When you say confed tournament, you mean like
Gold Cup and those things.
World Cup and those things?
Yeah.
So you're saying it's like it can be like.
So you say
World Championship. Hold on, you're a World Championship winner, you get a
basically it'd be like that. But you'd add more substance to it, like you'd probably say the semi-finalists from Gold Cup, they got directly to
no, you tell you why that won't work, because remember if you win the World Cup, you automatically qualify for the next one, and the countries at some point in time say, all right, we're not getting enough competitive games going into the World Cup, so we don't want to qualify automatically. Remember when they changed that? I think it was 2002 or whatever it was when it was changed. So I don't think countries will be happy to do that, because they're going to say, oh, we already qualified, so we won't be playing competitive match.
matches to go into the World Cup. So I don't think that would work.
All right, and here's also Fresh God saying that Euro is the main thing. Basically, Europe is the main thing. If they're not for it, I don't think it will work without them. And we know how that goes because you know that Europe is basically cash cow for all these
Yeah.
competitions. So if they're not for it, you can
No,
call
and I
it.
was gonna counter Chris's point in terms
Yeah,
of
go ahead, man.
where he was saying that the other confederations, if you look at the qualifying process for those countries, whereas I think Africa has what, groups of 3 or groups of 4 or 5. So I don't think they play as much do they play as much qualifying matches as Europe, or they play the
Remember,
similar amount?
I believe there's 4 teams in each group. I
It's
still
Yeah, so
don't
similar, pretty
that's
similar
just
to you.
I don't think they play as much. Maybe they play on par with, but not as, I don't know. But and then no, okay, our confederation we're playing what, 14 games.
But
yes,
Ryan, but
I'm
tell us
actually
you're
correct. Yes,
worrying about the confeds who are for it. You cannot worry
No,
about them
I am not
because
worrying.
they
I'm
are going to
asking.
solve it.
I'm not worrying. I'm asking how it's going to work, because how you going to play.
they already salvage away. That's the point that
Okay,
Chris is
fine. And
making.
okay, so here's my other thing. Is the 5 subs going to be,
Mandatory.
yeah, because if you're
Probably
going
seven,
to
probably
if you're
seven
going to
subs.
congest the window so much more,
Probably
you have
seven
to
subs
give.
now.
Where's
Huh?
seconds? They increase to 7.
Probably 7 now.
Yeah, if you're going to do that,
Probably
you're going to
7.
congest the window a lot more. So you have to give players more time to recover.
But Ryan, that is what I was arguing with Kims earlier on, and Kims initially wasn't on that side of the argument until he grasped what we were saying and he came out into
I'm
the
still.
realization.
I'm still for the 2 years thing, but I take the
No, you're
point
not getting what I'm
about.
saying. No. I'm saying that you grasp the point about the
Oh,
players. I know
for
that you're
sure.
still
Yeah,
for it, but
yeah, for sure.
in terms of the players,
I
that
would
wasn't
love
that.
to see
All
a
right.
survey I
Let me
love
do
to see a survey on the players and what they think about it.
Most of
exactly.
them say they're not for it so far.
Yep,
Who is
When we
most?
hear
all
from the
I've heard
proposal,
so far.
since the
No,
proposal came about earlier this year, most of the players, I
all
don't
right.
remember all of them name offhand,
Let me give
were
you.
saying that they are not for it.
Let me give you now. Let me give you now like another sport analogy. The NFL announced that they wanted 1 extra game. Right? NFL announced that they wanted 1 extra game,
That's
and
America.
every, and I know it's obviously 1 extra game is different from every 2 years, right? But I'm just showing how change and how players come in, and the players were adamant. No, we don't want an extra game. Oh God, that's another extra game for prepare. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, the NFL went ahead and added the extra game. Like, who cares? Who cares what you think? Like, I get again. I'm gonna say, I get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Kims,
There's a
but that's
certain,
America. That's America. You know that once them say A,
yeah.
A.
So again, I believe that all these when I say about all these players saying, "Oh, I'm not for it," trust me, these because you look at it from another standpoint. A player working with 4 years to wait for the World Cup. Bam, World Cup come, get injured. Probably have to wait another 4 years, and then by the time the 4 years him window don't pass already. All can't play
But
no more than that.
all
But
right, Kims, you know that earlier the producer and I were talking about it, and I was saying to him that I can probably see where some of you guys are coming from because you know that you have certain players where they're just good for a 2, 3, and probably say 4 season at best. So while they're at their best, you want to maximize and that.
mhm,
I get that point, But I'm
mhm,
saying go back to my initial point where
mhm.
the more you put stress on these players in terms of you don't know say you have on the play sports already and you know say if you overwork those muscles at some point they're going to give way. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what I'm getting at. No matter how good of a physio and the best medical team that you have around you, that can't prevent things like these happening. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but then again, it also goes to all right. So for example, we talk about like the little bug team, them like San Marino and them team. Your star player them now. Your Kevin De Bruyne and them player them sit out them game. Make the other man them play them game.
And you lose, and then when you lose it, what do you say?
Well, hey, if you can't beat San Marino with your bench and a couple other star players, you're in trouble. But as again, although people say, FIFA thief and FIFA greedy and all them kind of something, which some may be true, some may not be true, right? At the end of the day, I believe FIFA now going to just come with this plan just so blindly, just so they. I believe they must, every point where we raise, FIFA must raise a point in their meetings. And they
And you
must
know
have
what
a
was
way, they must
Cause
have
to
a
have
caveat.
that's what I was saying to Ryan. To have the backing of federations, the question that Ryan asked, FIFA would have had to address those questions.
Of course.
Ryan asked some very good questions. And
I
obviously
wish
the federation would have asked those questions as well. Because you
I
cannot just say, oh, once FIFA say A, we say A and we're done. You have to ask those questions. So
I wish I had
that's where
Infantino. I wish I had Infantino quotes in front of me because I remember in the summer Infantino say he was not for it because him don't say he was going to work and all of that. And then last week, me see Infantino take off him clocks and put on a flip flop. So, so and from there, some realize, okay, this look like it gonna happen because I don't know what. I know in FIFA you have to be political and all of those things, especially when you're in leadership position. So at first it never looked like it was going to work. So him say, okay, don't think it going to work because of such and such reasons. And then last week him said, oh, this thing can work because of such and such reasons. So I was looking at him from a side eye and I said, okay, why no? Why you change your mind all of a sudden? What caused that? And I wasn't hearing the reasons coming out as to why the changes happen. Why his mind was changed. I didn't hear any substantial reasons, which is why I'm asking these questions.
Kems, and Michelle is having a lot of job at you tonight in a boss, man. A pure short trip she'll give you. And here's a comment on the screen for you again where she's saying that the point from Kim why you shouldn't have World Cup every 2 years. World Cup separate the week.
Michelle, she's same one. Michelle, when the World Cup start keep every 2 years, Michelle, she's same one gonna be jumping up and balancing and all them things. They celebrate the World Cup. I can guarantee. All you two.
Listen, Kems. Michelle is a German fan, and I can guarantee you that Michelle not sitting down watch Germany play San Marino.
Well, you're not gonna watch Germany play San Marino in a World Cup qualifier. What big World Cup?
I'm talking about.
Poland versus Ukraine, man, watching a World Cup because a World Cup
then a big game that boss. Man, what kind of downgrade thing that you do? Poland and Ukraine a big thing right now. We're talking about minnows.
Once at the World Cup, I made a World Cup song then my TV on 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, no matter.
So, all right, Kems, you wake up tomorrow morning, right? World Cup match are going. Antigua against England. Watching it, right?
I'm watching it. My attention span maybe not as keen as it would be if it's England versus Germany. But may I watch it.
Remember, Antigua is probably ranked, say England was ranked number 4 in the world playing against Antigua is ranked probably.
So who was it?
400 and had.
When Trinidad was playing England, I watched it. And Trinidad sucked. I watched it. When as me tell you, G, like when you come out to like World Cup does have a particular prestige. All right, look for Olympics, right? If Diamond League are going, certain race me now watch. Diamond League, certain race me just now watch. Certain like a high jump and them like a thing there, me now watch. Olympics.
But Kims, I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it, It's just a case as in I'm not for it because of the prestige that it has that it comes with and all of that. I want to.
So why the prestige? Why? All right, I understand your point about players and burnout and stuff. But why do you think the prestige of the World Cup is going to drop if there is both teams in the World Cup? No,
because you're going to change basically a cycle. That's what you're going to do. Remember that 4 years is the cycle that everybody's used to right now.
So you Levan not arguing the 4 year cycle. Levan arguing the addition of teams. If you're talking about quality, that's addition of teams. That has nothing to do with the cycle, No, Levan.
No, sir.
You see what Levan here doing to us? Arguing that FIFA extending it and not arguing the cycle. The cycle has nothing to do with quality.
The cycle has a part with it, man. Because all right, let's look at it now. Right? Remember, so the man might come with 48 teams for 2026, Who knows that 2028, the man gonna say, all right, here what? So we come with what? Probably 56 or 64 teams now. That is the risk that we're running now. So you can't just jump on these
But
things,
whether
man.
it's 4 years or 2 years, adding more teams is going to make the quality not so bossy. So whether it's 2 years or 4 years, if you argue and say they must add teams, then argue that. But the
No, man.
the, the, the
I don't
cycle
want.
won't.
No, man. As I'm saying, Chris, I don't want to see no World Cup keep every 2 years. I mean, as a football fan, if it's happening, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to watch it.
You're going to love it. More,
And
more.
there's
We
a
have
difference
more
between
things to talk over here.
well, you have a point there. It will be more sporting action for us to talk about here. But in terms of what it comes with, I'm not for it. But we're going to wrap up here and going to have you guys talk about whatever you want to talk about. Good match going on so far between Lakers and Warriors, 41-39 as it stands. And I hope that Lakers can get the hell tonight because that would just make me feel even better. But Chris, you're a minute. Talk about whatever.
Uh, yeah, the NBA is obviously back. Like, congratulations to the Bucks getting getting their win after winning that championship. Giannis basically have the thing off his back now, so expect to see Giannis even playing better than he normally does. He shouldn't look as tense as he normally looks. He has achieved a lot in basketball ever since playing. And the NFL, we have an NFL show tomorrow over money. So if you want to win money, you need to see the NFL. It's
Yeah,
guaranteed.
pass,
Kems
man.
can tell you he's a
The picks them
millionaire
over
of
there
NFL.
wild, man.
Huh?
Yeah, me and G-Star are over this.
I listened last week and your picks were wild. Nothing never went to your way. So
What they talking about? What they talking about? I
your
think I
picks were
only get the
wild.
Bills. I think I only get the Bills. Only the Bills.
Why would, all right,
But you got it wrong, right?
bet on the Bills game? Why would you bet on
No,
a
I
game
didn't
that
tell no one to bet on it. As a matter of fact, we list a pick six and all of those pick six won. So I didn't would tell people to stay away from the Bills games. Didn't tell
oh
anyone to bet on it. He was
oh
talking about
I'm
winners.
going to give you a pass.
He wasn't listening. He wasn't listening. Lever wasn't listening.
I'm going to give you a pass. But Kims, what you have to say? And I know you're going to talk about basketball and United playing tomorrow.
my time to talk?
Long time.
All right. I'm not talking about United. United, that's stress. So, my wife, Elaine Thompson, right? All right. So, this is my thing with her. Obviously, as adults, we're entitled to our own actions, we're entitled to everything, right? But my thing, as I told you guys before, and I said, when something comes out, one out of two things. Either somebody want it out or the person themselves leak it out. One out of them two things, right? So Elaine, after everything leaked, I guess Elaine never really liked how it leaked because obviously it put her in a bad light and she never get to have her little cast over it. So what Elaine did is that she went and she did a couple interviews, and Elaine drew the analogy, right? And she said, "Oh, I paraphrase. When I can still believe rumors, because I even saw that I was dead on the internet. And see, I'm right here. So not only is she lying, she double down on the lie. And I can't respect that. You get what I say? There is ways, and that is why she need a PR team, and her husband is not it, right? Because in a PR, you're both there with certain stuff. At this time, I just finished a long season. I'm not addressing those questions right now. I need to just, get some time away from track. You address the thing in a like a professional manner. But when you come online, remember, you're already not Jamaica's favorite. You're not the world's favorite. You're not even Nike's favorite. Even though you're the fastest woman alive. The person who not even was at the Olympics, the person who come last in a race that you won and ran the fastest time is Nike's favorite. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm sure easy, But where that is concerned, we never really like that. It make her look away. But if she decide that is what she wants to do, and if that's best for her family, who am I to go ahead and judge? I wish her all the best. Still me, still my wife. But I just wish he had handled things better. And Stephen Francis definitely have a point, because trust, best and believe, if Elaine wasn't the fastest woman alive and she was one of the little scraps them, she'd have still stuck up on the MVP. PP clock. But I saw them think they go sometime. I saw them think they go. People decide to elevate. She never want to get MVP that 35% there. She want to keep the 35% in the family. We can't vex with that, right? What Christine said about Yanis, right, is that trust me, that man on a different level right now. Like I was watching the game back and forth, and that man was just dominating Brooklyn. Nobody can guard that man right now. Nobody. The man have a piece of confidence right now, and I think it was from when he got the injury and then he came back. I just think the man just say, even when the man a airball free throws, the man now run from the free throw line. The man gone back there. When the man airball three, the man gone back and shoot the threes again. And the man just dominant right now. I believe he is the best player in the league right now. LeBron there in year 19. Come on now, let's be real, right? So I think Giannis right now the best player in the league, and I'm sure it again tonight. KD couldn't lock you. KD tried defending barbecue chicken. Everybody tried defending. It's just buckets, right? So, basketball, and I don't want to talk about no more football. So that's it for me.
I'm going to wrap up by saying, guys, there's a lot of sporting action going on. Ensure that you tune into some football, basketball, NFL, as these guys just told you. So there's a lot of sporting action going on. So ensure that you tune in. And to everyone that has tuned into the show tonight, thanks to all of you guys. Remember to like the video before you leave if you haven't done so already. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet, because we have a target that we want to meet. By the end of this week, we should be at 500 subscribers. That is a goal that we want to meet, and we're currently 26 subscribers away from being at 500. So let's get to the 500 mark before this week ends. And I'll say thanks to all of you, and other things are in place coming for you guys. It's just a matter of time. But thanks to Josh Carl, thanks to Devin, Chris the sports guy was here earlier, and Ryan Lawson also. Thanks to Chris, the bad Spaniard, the wicked man. And thanks to Kems, the man who says that he knows everything. Until next time, which will be tomorrow again. Stay safe, guys, and enjoy the rest of your night. But correction, Jeremy Watson is currently at 46-41. Lakers take the lead now.
Beaten. Wap, wap.